All right, faithful. I'm excited about this debate because I think it's something that I keep getting asked over and over and over again. And it's very simple. Who do the 49ers keep long term, Dre Greenlaw or Azeez Al Shaair? First off, let me just say this. The 49ers are going to get to keep them both for this year, 2022. The 49ers just extended a $4 million contract, just a shade under, to Azeez. And other teams can match that offer. And if somebody does match that offer and the 49ers decline to go on top of it, 49ers get a second round pick. So I don't think that a team will trade a second round pick for Azeez. If we were talking a third or a fourth, perhaps. But that's where they are. So there's still a possibility Azeez can go somewhere else, but I doubt it for that second round pick. Now, Dre Greenlaw is currently under contract as well. This is the last year of his rookie deal. So going into this season, it does appear that we will have some issues to quote unquote sort out in this linebacking core. Obviously, Fred Warner is going to be there, but you have these two studs, and I would be willing to argue that Dre Greenlaw and Azeez could start for probably about 10 teams in the NFL at the Mike linebacker spot as the number one linebacker. The 49ers have the best, absolute best linebacking core in the NFL, and I really don't think that it's close. That's how good that they are. But long term, there's going to be decisions that are going to have to be made. Now, I do understand that Oren Burks got signed, linebacker from Green Bay that they brought in on a 2-year, $5 million deal. It's $2.5 million per year. And some people are saying, oh, this means they're going to trade Greenlaw or Azeez. Well, not Azeez now since they signed this tender. That couldn't be further from the truth. This is pretty close to a league minimum deal now, a little bit up, but this is a special teams play. He's somebody that can rotate in as a third linebacker or something if, everything goes bad. But understand this. You don't sign this cat for $2.5 million to replace Greenlaw. That doesn't make any sense. Greenlaw is not that much more expensive anyway because he's still on his rookie deal. So understand this. The three linebackers in the order that the 49ers have them in currently based on the playoffs last year when everybody was healthy, it goes Warner he's in a whole nother tier. Then it goes Greenlaw, who got all the starting snaps at the will position over Azeez, and Azeez would be third. Now, does Azeez deserve to be third? Does Greenlaw deserve to be third? That's a whole nother debate. I'm telling you what the 49ers have shown when it was important, who is first, who is second, and who is third. So that's there. Now, long term, and there's no wrong answer here. Understand this. Both are incredible. You have Dre Greenlaw, who is a much better tackler, has about half of the amount of missed tackles that Azeez has. And, he's just much more consistent and aggressive. Then you have Azeez that's a splash player, right? Very similar to Quan Alexander. I've said this so many times, but I get this question asked almost more than anything else. And especially with the contracts yesterday, I wanted to address this because Azeez is unbelievable. And perhaps his, rise to the top has been faster. But understand this. Yes, splash plays are huge, but he's also gives up a lot more in the passing game. So you kind of have to gauge exactly what you think you want in a linebacker. Do you want consistent play or do you want splash and then splash negative? There's no wrong answer. The 49ers are spoiled, and this is an amazing problem to have. You can't go wrong with either one. If in 2023, Dre Greenlaw walks and they signed Azeez to a long extension, could not be happier. If Dre Greenlaw signs an extension and Azeez walks, could not be happier. To have two of these guys, let alone three for the 2022 season, the 49ers are spoiled. Again, the way this front office handles all of these issues is we will allow the problem to sort itself out, whether that's through injury, somebody clearly states that they are head and shoulders deserve that position more. It's an open competition, and these guys are friends. It's not a bad competition. So a lot of people are going to pit one against the other. That's not it. This is yes and both until we can't handle both of them any longer. And that will sort itself out next year. And whenever those players do leave next year, guess what? You have them both for a very cheap deal this year, 2022. and then you'll receive compensation picks whenever they leave in the future, just like the 49ers were just awarded, right? They got 2/3, 2/6, and a seventh. So the compensation will return to the 49ers. So don't allow this to become something it's not. They're both amazing. Injuries happen, as we have seen, and it is great because we have such a linebacker-centric defensive scheme that we have the depth that is there. And I would argue the best in the NFL. If you're looking at 1, 2, and 3 linebackers across the NFL, I don't even think it's close. So is the answer Azeez or Dre? I don't think so. The answer is both, and we'll let it play itself out in the 2022 season.